Hi, so today I'm going to talk to you about how to make a plaster cast of an animal footprint. So here we are on the Epic site by the river looking for a footprint, and we have a nice badger print. In fact, there's two prints right almost on top of each other. You can see the claws there, it's quite well marked out. There we go, you've got three, 1, 2, 3, and there's a fourth one just there. So that's quite a nice print. And there's the back foot as it's come forward as well. So that's our animal print. Now for what we need some plaster of Paris, a pot, some water, and a knife. Plaster of Paris you can get from any craft store online. It's very easy to get hold of. All you need to do is pour some plaster of Paris into your pot and then add the water. I am adding about 3 to 1, 3 plaster of Paris to 1 of water, and then you mix it up really well. Make sure there's no lumps, and a really good consistency. I'm going for about a whipped cream consistency here. Once it's all mixed up, you need to work quite quickly as it starts to set very fast. So back on site, we now have our footprint. I'm just gonna mark a circle around the edge so that I know how far out to put the plaster as I'm putting it in. You don't have to do that, it's just for my own ease, so I know how far to put it. So we get our whipped cream and we smear it into the print. Squish it right into the print so that it really takes a good covering and takes all of the indentation of the footprint itself. Really work it right down in there. Don't squish too hard, otherwise you'll lose the print itself. But just pat it into the print to make sure you get all of that properly covered. And then just need to smooth it off as best you can on the back so there's no sharp edges, because it can be quite hard when it's dry. It will catch on things and can cut you. So just smooth it off relatively nicely. Also you can put a twig in the top of it to give you a hole when it's all set hard. It will give you a nice hole for to be able to put a piece of string through there and use it as a tree ornament in your garden or around the house once it's all decorated up. I also found some bird tracks. I have no idea what bird these are, something quite big, something quite heavy. And if anyone knows, let me know. By this point my plaster of Paris is quite thick. It started to dry out quite a lot already, so it was a bit more hard work to get it in there. But again, just smear it on in. This is quite a good track, so we can really work it quite well. Again, smoothing it off. Then we just need to leave it to dry for a while, for an hour or so, to make sure it's nice and hard. So here we are. It's nice and dry now. This has been around for about an hour and a half. It's totally solid. If you used a wetter consistency, you might need to give it a bit longer. Give it a bit of a wiggle. It's set quite firm. And there we have a cast of a bird footprint. Quite impressed with that. It's my first attempt at a bird footprint and it's come out quite nicely. I need to clean up all that mud off, which we'll do back at the home later on. Now then, let's see what the badger printers look like. If we take the stick and just give, again it's really nice and solid, give it a wiggle, and well, we take the whole footprint with us on that one. So that's going to need a lot of cleaning up at home. Here I am back at my house with the casts all dry. It's the next day, so the mud's totally dry. I can pick quite a lot of that off, pick the bigger lumps off, but that's going to need a bit of a soaking. So I've just got a bucket of water, which I'm just soaking it a little bit. The plaster is not going to get wet again. It's perfectly hard, it's perfectly safe. So now, as you can see, the mud's coming away and you can actually see the footprint coming out now, which is quite good. If I get a brush as well, and you can get right in between the toes there and give it a good scrubbing. You need to really get it really lovely and clean, and then you can paint it, decorate it, or just leave it as it is. I think they're quite nice as they are, but then they can be used as decorations around the house or in the garden, and they look quite good. So there we are, all nice and clean and ready to go. Thanks very much for watching.